Sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Cammie McCormick. House Republicans are trying to convince members of their own party to support the president's tax and spending bill. Caitlin Huey-Burns begins our coverage.
You've got some ultra-conservative members who are concerned about this Senate version of the bill, namely that it adds $1 trillion more to the deficit, according to a nonpartisan CBO report, than the House version does. They also think it doesn't cut enough spending. Then you've got the moderates who are concerned about these deep cuts to Medicaid, deeper on the Senate side version than on the House side.
Reporter Stacey Lynn.
The bill could cut federal spending on these programs by about $1 trillion over a decade, which Julie Robner with KFF Health News calls
The biggest retrenchment in health coverage possibly ever.
She says it's estimated nearly 12 million people could lose Medicaid.
The hospitals are really concerned that if this many people lose Medicaid, that they simply won't be able to keep their doors open.
And she says Affordable Care Act coverage will become harder to get and keep. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
A jury today acquitted Sean Diddy Combs of the most serious charges against him, but he was convicted of prostitution-related offenses. Legal analyst Jessica Levinson.
The prosecution has said, we're going to ask for a lot of time here. The defense has said they're going to ask for no time. I think it's entirely possible that we could see a few months, for instance, in prison.
The judge will decide whether to release Combs while he awaits sentencing. Brian Koberger pleaded guilty today to killing 4 University of Idaho students in 2022.
Have you had enough time to decide whether or not to plead guilty? Yes. Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? Yes. Given your choices, do you believe it's in your best interest to plead guilty? Yes.
His plea spares him a possible death sentence. The Trump administration has paused assistance to Ukraine after a check on U.S. stockpiles in light of the assistance to Israel and the attacks on Iran and the Houthis in Yemen. CBS's Charlie Daggett.
That's a lot of weaponry, a lot of weapon systems flowing out the door.
A White House official said the review was to ensure America's needs are prioritized. Linda Kenyon reports the president's announced a trade deal with Vietnam.
The deal includes a minimum 20% tariff on Vietnam-made products, as well as an agreement by Vietnam to open its markets to U.S. products, including SUVs. Vietnam is a major producer of shoes and clothing, so the prices of those items could likely be affected.
The S&P 500 set another record on news of the deal today. Other stocks finished mostly flat. This is CBS News.
Well, that's today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody. It's 68 degrees in Richmond, California.